Oh man. I think I should be less allergic to things personally.
We've got some. Come back soon.
Not new enough.
Why not? I hope you grow some real buttes.
Messed up, I couldn't do air combos when I was 13. I'm twice that age and I still can't do air combos. Maybe if I had been allowed to take martial arts classes like I wanted. I hit L1 thinking it was the block button because I was thinking about Dragon's Dogma. This is not Dragon's Dogma. Ow. Also, I forget about blocking in NieR because you can't do it in Automata. You can parry and dodge. Blocking isn't really a thing. Drop anything good? Elaborate machine. Of course. I mean, that's not a bad drop. I don't know what I was expecting.
we go. Buy melons or melon seeds or whatever they have available.
I love... Care for some...
Okay, that's expensive. I'm gonna go check and see
Thanks.
if there are other seeds that can be purchased. The answer seems to be no.
You're friends with that sexy postman, aren't you? I just love a man in uniform. Oh, you're not? Well, you're pretty nice looking yourself.
I am 13.
I haven't seen the postman in a few days. I hope he's all right.
Care for some imported fruits and vegetables? Thanks for your business. Care for some Thanks for your business.
Aim to. I've never been any place like that before. Alright, I can lower my mic since Levi's not trying to bite it right now. looking for the boy with the funny hat. He is nowhere to be seen. Gourd seed. That's what I've been looking for the whole time.
I wish my kid was half as well behaved as Yona. I wish my kid was...
Yona's in bed all day because she's nearly
that big
dying.
wheel moves because of water. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, but the ferry's out of service right now. I'm just here to make sure kids don't climb aboard and start wrecking stuff.
I hear that wolves show up a lot in the desert beyond the eastern road. Better be careful if you run into them.
Understood. Just in case the fish get any ideas. Oh, hi, Ace. How's it going? What kind of bug attacked you? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry that your bone's hurting. Oh, okay. That's the thing about bugs, is that when they get you, it's usually too late for you to tell if you didn't already see them trying to go for you before. And, like, guess what? Most bug bites look the same. Most of us are pretty uneducated when it comes to bug bites because, I don't know, they're bugs. Okay, I'm looking for your son, dude. I don't know where he is. I can't remember if I've done this quest before either, so... Alright, I'm gonna give Yona a melon. All the... yeah, okay, I don't know, like, he wears a weird hat. That gives me that tells me what to, like, what to look for when I find him. Like, they don't tell me where to look at all. Oh, yeah, like mosquito-y things, like I don't know, maybe a horsefly? I don't know. That's a fly I know of that can bite, right? I try to avoid coming into contact with bugs as much as possible. They're not my favorite thing. They're in fact one of my least favorite things. Maybe the kids in the library. Nope. Alright, Yona. Exactly. The world gives you so many reasons not to interact with it. Oh, I think I've told you this before, but the original Western release of this game didn't have you playing as Yona's brother. You were her father instead. You can still play as him in this version, but you have to beat the game at least once. I don't know, let's just plant a bunch of beans. Let's go Stardew style. I like that this game is like, if you wanna, I don't know, go do sick air combos, you can. You can also just, you know, fish, plant stuff. Go crazy. I had pasta and bread for dinner tonight. Like not garlic bread. But so very sort of whole grain type of bread with like some seeds in it and a lot of butter. And it was good. I love food. Yeah. Every time I see people talk about this type of food is actually bad, it can be bad for you or whatever, all I want to say is shut up. Just stop telling, like, can this food give you, can't, like, unless it's like, oh yeah, there's listeriosis going around again. Don't eat meat for the next couple months. Yeah, that's important. But if they're just like, it makes you fat, I don't care. Get out of my house. I will eat food, and you will mind your own damn business. Like, I'm not eating, like, nothing but fried food, like, what, like 4 times a day? I don't know. Whenever they're like, you shouldn't eat carbs, you should, die, I don't know. I hate it. Like... Yeah, baby, Harvest Moon. How's the ear, Graham? Assuming that's Graham. God, I love antibiotics. There was another video going around. Oh, well, that's good at least. There's another. Oh, PewDiePie did a video thing. Where he watched a deaf girl on TikTok, and then he made fun of her and stopped watching the video, and then like did little hand things with his dog and did his silly voice. And guess what? Making jokes involving hand motions. Yeah. Making fun of a voice of a deaf person, especially when they're a black deaf person, and PewDiePie is already, his record with black people is, his history does not look good. Anyway, people like, he wasn't like directly insulting her disability. I don't think that, like, it does seem part of a larger pattern. I don't know. Also, didn't he wear like that one cross on a jacket during his stream one time? And also the other thing he did during his stream, but I think we all know about that already. Anyway, I hope antibiotic. I love medicine so much. I'm really glad that people figured out what antibiotics were. I know I will be switching between saying anti and anti because I don't know which is correct. Medicine is really good. Like, seeing that shit in Castlevania, I'm sorry, when it's like, oh yeah, she used to just put some shit in water and, yeah, and then it turned out to be a dried foot skin.
I got your melon, Yona.
Thanks.
If there's anything else you want, just let me know.
Well, since you offered, would you mind getting me a watermelon?
A watermelon this time? Sure thing.
How many melons do you need? I don't know why they call them watermelons. I know they're very watery in flavor and stuff, but like, all melons are like that? You're right, it is Wednesday. Also, Parker's already done Alabasta, apparently. That means he's gotta be around, like, what, episode 150 or something? What's it been, a week and a half? 2 weeks? Oh, Wii Shop Wednesday. Rest in peace, Wii Shop. That's fucked up. He's going like a goddamn machine. The man is principled in just what's the John Wick quote? He's a man of devotion, persistence, and sheer fucking will, or whatever. Except we're watching cartoons. Alright, we're going to the forest. Here it's cursed. Hold on. How much mutton do I have? Mutton. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that is so much melon, or so much water in that melon. This baby can hold so much water in it. Oh yeah. It's true that some fruit, well, lots of fruits and vegetables have a lot of water in them, and that's good. You know, I was gonna say they're there for us to eat, but technically they're just there, so like, I don't think it really matters. But I mean, they're good for us to eat. Just in case, if I need to get rid of that before Max gets here. Oh, I know how much water's in celery. Like, I remember, because I can't say for sure. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how plants work. You know. I remember talking about how I learned how much water there was in celery, and I was like, or in lettuce, and I was like, and you can have it if you don't really want to drink water or something like that. And my brother's like, how about we just give you celery instead of something to drink from now on? I was like, just trying to share a fun fact. Don't you love trying to talk to people and being met with hostility? One of my favorite human experiences. No more water. From now on you drink celery. Don't care how bad your teeth are. Honestly, what else is there in celery? I know there was that, like, what I believe was a fake, like, informational thing that came out about, like, oh yeah, if you eat only celery, you'll lose lots of weight. Your body spends more calories than it gains. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true. But I remember when I saw rhubarb, I'm like, this is just red celery, and then I tasted it, and I was like, this is not just red celery. This is much stronger and sweeter and a little bit sour. Ow! Rhubarb is good. Yeah. Like, you look at that, it's like, oh yeah, what's that? It's like weird stick branch vegetable stuff. I don't know. Then you bite it and you're like, why does it taste like candy? It's not even a fruit. Oh yeah, here, since you're here, Graham. I call this third gear. Oh, he's dead already. Please, please, please. Okay, no. I was hoping for a couple more healing items. I'm going the wrong way. The N in NieR stands for One Piece. God, okay, so I got the with my influx of cash, I got the PS4 One Piece fighting game, the Burning Blood. Guess what? That's one of those fighting games where they just completely imbalance the AI, so they have and give them really powerful stuff so that they're always hard no matter what. So I was fighting Buggy as Whitebeard, and he can kill me in 2 hits. Which is not fair. It also makes 0 sense in story terms. Like, if you, like, bounties are sort of like power level / reputation. And, like, Whitebeard's is over 300 times what Excuse me, what buggies is... Let's see, 15 mil... I don't know, how many times does 15 million go into 5 billion? But also, Whitebeard is like 21 feet tall. Do you know how much that dude must weigh? He's like the size of an elephant. Like, he's bigger than a bear. He's enormous. Buggy is like 6'2".
Quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Man, it's like, oh, what can you do? Oh, I can split myself into pieces. What can you do? Oh, I can create earthquakes. Send out shockwaves that can destroy entire islands. Cause tidal waves in an instant. But you can, like, make your arms float and stuff, and that's pretty cool. Really love the superpower lottery shit. Where it's like, what can you do? I can stretch out my one thumb, but it also makes my other thumb shorter. It's like, what can you do? I can stop time. Bring back the dead.
Beware. Words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man. Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Fox and Vice.
You can
That's what we
speak
called
to
him.
me?
NieR.
I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined that the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. NieR is so cool. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
See here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Fox's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who NieR had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Say goodbye to all graphical representation outside of a story, aside from words. You just get to see words on the screen. Guess what? It's a book now. We're reading a book. NieR and Vice racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not
Pride.
seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to NieR like a contagion. Wait, NieR said suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing his startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Some specific combination of words? What was it? Asked the mayor. It was about dreaming or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, NieR's face suddenly lit up. I remember. He said, those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before nodding his approval at Fox/NieR. That sounds right, he said as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something, he said, whilst yawning. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his own focused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I just want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. NieR nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said NieR, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my God, he said. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you are to be done with this place. As eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of NieR and Vice. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of this place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, NieR snapped. "Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk." NieR leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slammed his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, "Weiss, what's going on?" Excuse me. Fox could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. I love Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh, that's a weird noise. I'm not doing all these. Woman? Yeah, these are all just sounds. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Fox began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't calling out, they were asking a question. Oh. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. Inwardly furious that Weiss had left the task to him, NieR's side and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? The sound of insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Fox/NieR, like a rippling wave, opening a new path. "These forest arthropods are making a road for us," said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, NieR moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. "I guess the forest has accepted us, huh?" said NieR after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Excuse me. "Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads." As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. "Good heavens," said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. "I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Light?" "Absurdly easy," barked Weiss. "Now answer it." NieR grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He has no neck! He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? A bird, a letter, sunlight. Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried NieR, awaking Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. I should go to hell. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Sephiroth! Began NieR, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Isn't this from... I can't remember. Is it the Odyssey? Isn't this like the most famous riddle of all time? Anyway, NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. It man, yes. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, the Sphinx riddle. Oh man, you have to, if you want to talk to him, you have to answer his riddles. It's like trying to, or debate. You knock on the door, you talk to a man, and he says, debate me, liberal. That would be even worse. Yeah, I suppose, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one. A man. A man. Oedipus. Oh, okay. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. Oh, God! With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Words that totally make sense. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As near as Nox watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When NieR and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy! He cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Fox's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We haven't even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Fox filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR cocked his head. Hang on, wait a second, this is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. NieR and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Wait. Vice laid down, he's a book. He's gonna get bugs in his pages and shit. And dirt. Have you forgotten, continued Vice, It is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. This section's like 45 minutes, by the way. I don't even know how long we've been here for. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we've been here for 16 minutes. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His clouds were cut off by a long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. Okay. NieR shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading to our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, but then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, said Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. Dude, you are magic! You're a magic book, and you're talking about superstition. Like you are something that most people would call a fairy tale. You appear in a legend. You're from a song. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. The legends say that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. NieR and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. NieR tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. NieR gave the mayor a smile and a nod, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove the most difficult one of all.
So much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Yeah, don't think. I think this is a very cool looking spell. Oh yeah, it looks so pretty. All this red. I love that they're like, oh, what are we gonna do for the all of it is red. All of NieR's magic will be red. Kaine's magic will be blue. If there were a hypothetical other party member to be added, his magic would be purple.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Okay. Man, I don't know why it would censor you. You have mod privileges. And I don't think I have it's set to censor anything. I have it set to censor slurs. Oh, okay. Oh, you're using voice to text. Alright, so here's the thing about this villager's dream. I don't want to read it all. I want to do all these dreams, but I don't want to read it all. Is it too much? Nah, I'll do it.
I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Okay. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in the single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. Yes, I'm trying to go through more quickly because it's very long. This part can be really long. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters in under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to the blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Fox. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand, we shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Fox extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. I'm trying to think of a good enough Melee reference. I don't play Melee very much these days. I haven't played it regularly since I was about 11 years old. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are as keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Sean! Sorry. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I forced my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All beds, I think I might have said heads, all are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless man of gray matter. It has been shoved against the wall, and against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. And then my mind grants me a merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. Let's go east. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the path, waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually I can stand the side of the waters no longer, and so my eyes turn upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner, a fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. This poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses, blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough. Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. As the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast is now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands upon the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run up from the seat, down the back, up the back, and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was the punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with NieR and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. Upon the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. Excuse me. The storm is in retreat. Clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I surely would have died in there. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly see that my dress is in tatters, and I sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Vice. Then you are a woman, madam? I am. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that I can see that the one known as Fox is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. Guess what? Fox prefers clothes. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
It's Sarada from the hit series Boruto.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
Trying my patience. I know that's exactly what I meant. I'll be back in a second. I need some water.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Oh, this one. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and NieR had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
he said. Here it goes. And then the voice acting ends. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. NieR nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty, even though he looked at Kaine all the time. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Fox light-headed. I'm just gonna keep switching back and forth sometimes, I'm sorry. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No, no joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it this way might make it easier for you to bear. NieR glanced at Vice's grinning face and shook his head and resumed walking. As time passed, NieR's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Fox lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water! He cried. It's water! Water? Preposterous! asked Vice. Preposterous! I don't see any water. Blah, blah, blah. I forgot. I should have done some tongue exercises. Some speaking exercises before reading an entire fucking novel aloud on the internet at 12 a.m. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off of it. Without waiting for a response, NieR sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. They're in California. Joke being, I've never been to California before. NieR closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. See, this could be another one in the series of games that's about California being bad. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. It's also they're Frisk's Maine, I believe. Excuse me. NieR shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off. California sucks video game universe. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Oh, you poor simple bitch. NieR sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, NieR came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. That's just how light reflects. Confused, it's heat haze, dude. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Fox and struck him in the face with his cover. "Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here!" NieR's face clouded. "There isn't?" "There is not! And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much." Vice paused for a moment, then continued, speaking in a slightly kinder tone. "However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art." NieR looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall structures. Their journey was at an end. "They're huge!" cried NieR, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. "I've never seen anything so big." Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. "What kind of city is this?" said NieR. "Where are the people? Where are the houses?" "Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use." The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent upon steel rails. Excuse me. Beautiful... Oh God, was that... No, that's my phone there. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. Excuse me. As soon as they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, NieR and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. NieR uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. "Finally, I was getting tired of modern art." The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. Oh, clear. It seems the Sigma is too good for this. Is that still the? Are people still into that? They're still into that, aren't they? They're still on that shit. As NieR moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Lighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the took the form of words. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will speak only lies. Are you fucking ready?" Have you ever seen Labyrinth? Naruto, have you ever seen Labyrinth? I haven't seen Labyrinth. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. "Hey, look at that," said NieR. "They're alive!" The triplets bowed low before Fox/NieR. "Please," said Alpha, "you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real." "Stop lying," said Beta. He turned to NieR and threw his hands in the air. "Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one." What a load of crap," said Gamma. "Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here." Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing. Only one form is real. Oh, sorry. NieR furrowed his brow, considering their statement. I think that's what it said. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones will speak only lies. Okay, so Alpha claims that he is real, and he doesn't cast doubt on any of the others. But, let's see, so Beta says that Alpha is lying, and that he's real. Gamma says that Beta is lying, and that he's real. So, Alpha does, since Beta casts doubt on the others, on Alpha. Okay, I think I remember what the correct answer is, but I want to try to reason it through by myself, because I want to make my brain work. Okay, let's see. These two each cast doubt on the one previous, right? So that means that in order for them to be real, like, it would have to be one of them to contradict. Okay. 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 Oh, I can't remember. I think it's that since Beta says that Alpha is fake, that means, and that Alpha, the only thing that Alpha says is that he's real. So we have to look at each of them as though they're speaking the truth and see what that would consider. So if Alpha's telling the truth, that means that, Beta would be lying about Alpha being fake and him being real. That would mean that Gamma's lying about Beta being fake and Gamma being real. Okay? So that claim kind of works. Beta lying means that... blah. Beta lying would mean that does only cast doubt on... on Alpha's words, right? And doesn't cast anything on Gamma's. But Gamma claims that Gamma's claim affects both Beta and Alpha, right? I don't fucking get it. I'm sorry for being stupid. If Alpha were telling the truth, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is a fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Oh, okay. Right, sorry. So it's not considering them separately, it's considering them together. Because so that would mean that Gamma would be telling the truth, because he cast doubt on Beta, but that would mean that Alpha's claim would be that Gamma's statement would be true if Alpha's were. So only Beta's doesn't fail under scrutiny. Okay. I did not figure it out, but I am trying to take in the lesson. I need to learn to think. Yeah. If Alpha were telling the truth, Beta and Gamma would be fakes, but in that case, Gamma's claim... Yeah, so that would mean that Gamma would have to be lying, but that he. Okay. Yeah, so if Alpha and Gamma are in agreement, then two are telling the truth. That doesn't make sense. Now, if yeah. Okay. Yeah. So two have to be lying, but it only makes sense if Beta is telling the truth. Makes Alpha and Beta liars, which means that Beta is like the accusations are also. So yeah, Gamma has to be saying that Beta is fake, but even though Gamma is a liar, okay, it is calling. I'm trying, like, you ever think you understand something, but you need to go through it and you're double and triple checking your own thoughts because they aren't flowing smoothly in your head because there's fog. Beta sprang to life once more as Vice finished his explanation, as Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust. "Congratulations, villager," said Vice in a cheerful voice. "The time to awaken has arrived." "Thank you for saving me," cried the villager. He dropped to his knees. "Wow, that's sudden," and bowed his head as low as it could go. "Damn," before an uncomfortable NieR pulled him to his feet. That's one way to thank someone. "Why did you have a dream like this?" asked Vice. "Have you been to this city before?" The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape and shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could ever have been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before." "Deja vu," muttered NieR, "just like the mayor." The vague sense of unease that struck Fox during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on. Say I was gone for 5 minutes and I started at 10 minutes. Yeah, that took about 50 minutes, I'd say.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
"Read, bitch," demands the game. And if you're wondering, oh, we'll never have to do this again, right? Have the entire game just turn into words. No animations. No visual aspect other than words on white words on a black screen. Then guess the fuck what? It happens again. There's another part where like this. And you're thinking, well, they took that out in NieR Automata, right? Well, Yoko Taro said, "I heard people complain about that part in the first game and asked me not to put it in NieR Automata, so I put it in." Yes, it happens again in NieR Automata. You get to a point where it's just words for extended periods at multiple points. I'm like, damn, he's just said, fuck your interests.
Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow,
Faith.
This looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Okay. Okay, if faith is what I believe it is, yes it is. Bury the light deep within. Something shadows, there's no coming home. We're burning chaos in the wind. Sand is drifting and we're all alone, something like that. But yeah, it's katana time. Bury the light deep within. Cast aside, there's no coming home. We're burning chaos in the wind. Drifting through the ocean all alone, that's what it is. I think you might technically be allowed to go home there. But, fuck that. Like, after the first one, I want the katana. That kind of is just like, so how'd you do, and what happened?
It's truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Man.
Neat. Let's get back to Popla. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
And this weapon is finally better than my other weapons. Ow. Cone. Love bleach. Oh yeah, now I'm covered in blood. Gotta have blood. Blood time. I hear that lots of people hate having that. Wait, kinda, I was trying to do an execution on him. I think you're trying to destroy me, like through psychic waves. Do your best. It's okay. I understand. I accept it. Oh, okay. Well, try again. Try again, please. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm sorry. What if I did just fall over and die, Ace? What would we do? That we find out that you're like a living Death Note. Very few things on the internet are quite as funny to me as the people who, like, during for whatever reason, for whatever petty reason, are just like, oh, this is someone's mom or friend using their phone or computer or whatever. He's dead. He just wants you to know that you could have saved him or whatever. When it's just like this really obvious petty thing. Yeah, it's me. I retained the dead guys typing in speech patterns. God, it's so fucking funny to me. That's not what anybody would be doing. They would be calling an ambulance. They wouldn't look at their computer. They'd consider it disrespectful to the dead. Well, he's dead. I gotta check his DMs. Oh. I think during one of those things, someone was like, "Oh, it's too bad. I was actually starting to like him." It's like, wait, I think he's getting better, and it's like, you're pathetic or whatever, and like, what do you mean? What's pathetic? Dude, you just pretended to be dead. Ow. You think that's like behavior people are proud of, or what? Why can't I have a magic book that can manifest a giant dark magic fist? Why can't I be a member of the Wonderful 101? Or something like that. Though if I were in the Wonderful 101, I would also get to be part of the fist. Which is kind of worse, but also kind of better. I would get a super suit, though. So that's cool. With a psychic switch that lets me be incredibly fast and strong and durable. Unfortunately, video games are still not real. Try as we might, I cannot yet bang 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 pull my devil trigger. So if they do Devil May Cry 6, I would like them to do the thing they tried in 4, where Nero touches demons shit and just like gets new powers. But I want them to keep doing that. So my assumption for Devil May Cry 5 was that after the Devil Breakers that he would get his arm back, he would try to grab the Devil Breaker or something at some point, and he would absorb its powers, and then you could switch through all of the Devil Breaker abilities. That's not what happened. And then, like, R2 would become the switch Devil Breaker button, and then you could hold R2, and then you could, like, cycle through with the right stick and select him on an axis or something. Or the D-pad would let you cycle through them or something like that. It's not what happened at all, but it's still cool. I just want them to bring back the whole Nero touches demonic artifact and absorbs it or gets it. Oh, hi, Austin, thank you. We were just reading. We went to a forest and we had to read for about an hour. Thank you for the raid. Oh yeah, there are multiple segments of the NieR games where all the action and the visuals just stop and you just have to sit and read for a bit. Yeah. I said it was 45 minutes. I was wrong. Ah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to read. Oh, because Yoko Taro doesn't give a shit about what you want, and he does what he wants.
Yeah, it was something alright.
He will sometimes do exactly what you don't want, just because he thinks it's funnier or more entertaining for him.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
He asked to delete players' data when he was told to design a raid for an MMO. He's like, "Can I delete their save data?" And they said, "No."
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself?
Yeah,
too
oh
hard?
yeah. He likes to do that.
I'm okay.
He knows that through a video game he can't impact people's real lives directly very much, but he knows he can delete save data. That's something he can do. And he asked to do that during for the raid, and they said, "No, you can't do that for an MMO."
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried. So, maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
Anybody got a spare $400,000? I'd appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Musk. Oh, damn, he was right there waiting for me. Oh, okay. That's okay. Oh. Nope, you didn't drop anything. Okay. Okay, it's just deer. So this part with the what do you call it? With the guy with the red bag, this is different from the original. I think she just tells you that the canals are ready. Now we have this part.
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh God, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back. I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Oh no, what?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well,
No,
she always
what?
used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault. Oh, God.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
This 13-year-old boy
I bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
is the only one in the world that seems to be able to get things done. Honestly, the only one who seems to go places. Everybody else just sits around and lets him do things for them. How does the economy survive without this man? Stop said... Oh, wait, hold on. I'll go and see if she says it again. I think it might be this lady.
You're friends with that sexy postman, aren't you? I just love a man in uniform. Oh, you're not? Well, you're pretty nice looking yourself. I haven't seen the postman in a few days. I hope he's alright.
13, ma'am. Officer, It was that woman right there. I don't think enough games understand that you need to be able to make a really big fist and punch stuff
Hey
with
there, I'm looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. No, come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her.
I once again must
do that.
recommend...
Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Why is everybody trying to fuck me? Like, I was gonna say, the Wonderful 101 is also good for that, because you just make giant weapons all the time.
Sorry,
It's all
ma'am,
you do.
But I'm not old
It's
enough to
excellent.
drink.
What is it this time, cutie? You change your mind about that drink? I'm buying.
Still a minor, ma'am.
Like, she is so flirtatious, and he's like, I'm not that old. And she's like, come on. Like, I know that there are probably far fewer standardized laws in the time period like this, but like, lady, cool your jets.
Hey there.
I like
Do you
this
know a woman
lady's
with a
hair.
red bag by any chance?
I like her hair a lot. Look at it. It's so nice.
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town. But I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
I would like more games to let you make big arm and punch. You got this, you got One Piece games, you got the Wonderful 101, you got Battletoads. I'm struggling to think of more. Maybe you can do that in some Popeye games. I don't know. Wait, is this not where I was supposed to go? I did not see the new Popeye game. There's a new Popeye game? NFT Popeye game, that's my bet. Oh, okay. I was not aware there was a Popeye game either. Whenever an old property gets a game like that, I assume it's going to be, what do you call it? A platformer. But Dead by Daylight, but single player. What? What do you mean, like a survival horror with Popeye? I would have gone for... I would have gone for either a beat 'em up or a platformer, because those fit Popeye the most.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Red bag.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the Shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity. Let's wait.
Oh, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
I think they should take Popeye and put him over a Tekken character. Put him over like Jin Kazama or Steve Fox. Oh, Yona fell down in the loading screen. I'm sorry, Yona. Your wife is dead. And you were her killer.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't, but we got this off a Shade.
Oh no. This is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh God. How could this happen to her?
She made her
This is
mistakes.
all my fault.
And that's
If
the
I
man.
may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
Is this where he starts talking about eating apples?
It's because
I think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on? I see. So, he found a Shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot. Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. You are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag. You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Wait, you're asking me?
Alright, I'm holding a vote. Who's in the wrong? Wife or husband? There's no everybody sucks here option.
Alrighty. It's vote number 1. Going, gone. Your fault.
You shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not very nice.
Yeah.
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there. Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend. Low.
Did I cross a line there?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did. And I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob. You there. My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Pardon? But madam, Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now apologize to one another and end this ridiculous display.
Big talk for a floating magazine.
I see you finally agree on something.
One hour later. Why are we still here? We haven't got. We still need the canal to be repaired.
How frustrating this is, you colossal oaf! This is exactly what I hate about you.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what?
You're kidding.
Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
I know people like this.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
I wanted to upload this as a screenshot and use it all the time. I didn't end up doing that. But if you want the opportunity, here's the time. Now is the time. Because it's a feeling I have a lot.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal! We need to ask him about the canal!
Please just fix the canal so I can have fast
can't thank
travel.
you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
All right. That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
The couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Can't believe that he's gonna disappear dead on us. Thank you, Ace. It's perfect. No, that's okay. All that. I just want to get fast travel. I didn't want to participate in the divorce proceedings, man.
Goodness. It sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. I'm glad everything turned out all right.
He was the problem.
Thank you so much for
They
your
were
help.
both the problem.
Don't mention it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the canal turns out. If you need anything else from us, just say the word.
Hey, wait.
Huh?
I almost forgot. Yona is looking for you.
Did she get a letter?
She said she needed something from you. Time to go play Big Brother for a bit, huh?
I guess so. Thanks, Popola.
It might be time to meet a potential fourth and final party member.
Yay, you're back.
Popola said you needed something?
Yeah, a favor, actually.
What is it?
Um,
I can't help if you don't tell me, sis.
okay, I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I'm ready, Yona.
I need you to help my friend.
Your friend?
Yep, I have a friend, and we've been writing each other letters.
Seriously?
A pen pal? How delightful.
So who is this friend?
Well, he's kinda...
He? It's a guy?
Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Vicey are the only ones who can help him.
Vicey?
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house down south, and he's super nice, and he's my friend. So you have to help him. Please?
Yona, listen.
Please?
Great. Now what do I do? Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Yay! Thank you!
Great. Yona's got a boyfriend.
Is something amiss, lad? Your voice is trembling.
No, it isn't. Shut up!
This part was one of the parts that I thought came across better when you were in the playing the version when NieR was her dad. Sorry, when NieR was her dad. And he says stuff like, he says stuff like, Yona's too young to have a boyfriend. While... He's also a little bit grouchier. And I like the grouchy dad. Yeah, more power. Just because I'm a guy with white hair and a katana getting excited over more power doesn't mean anything, alright? Sometimes people just say words.
How can these creatures let us dispatch them without complaint? And what would make them appear in this area in the first place? It is hardly what one would call especially fertile ground.
Hey man, that's pretty uncool of you. All right. Good night, Graham. Thanks for coming by. Hope your ear feels better soon. Hold on. Oh, God. I know I'm going back to where I just came from, but I don't want to use healing items right now. I want to just go to a save point and get them all back. Get all my health back, even though I'm nearly passing out and dying.
Care for some imported fruit?
You don't sell medicinal herbs, do you? You don't.
Thanks for your business.
It's funny how people won't back. We got the lick. Hope to see you again.
You seem to be in good spirits.
Oh, I am. My new flower shop is already...
Really?
I was in trouble before. In fact, I want to ask my... The only problem is I don't really have time to go all the way...
Sounds like it's time sensitive.
Oh, really?
Oh, he is sure. This lad loves nothing more than meddling in other people's affairs.
Excellent. Well, my girlfriend lives near the chief's house. Give her this Phrygia with the letter, okay? I really wanted to give her a lunar tear, but as I'm sure you know, the whole reason they call them legendary is that they're so hard to cultivate. But I did manage to cultivate a Phrygia. She's always liked Phrygias, so I guess things turned out for the best.
Cultivating lunar tears must require a remarkable amount of work.
Yeah, even so. It's nice that guy works so hard to be able to invite his girlfriend out to join him.
I'm not doing that right now. I don't care enough.
But who can say if said girlfriend honestly wanted to wait?
What do you mean?
Surely the woman desired to live with him, did she not?
Well, probably, yeah. But he wasn't able to make it happen. That's why he left her in the village.
It would have been difficult, yes, but perhaps preferable to a life of solitude. Why did they not think about how much time and distance would separate them?
It doesn't matter anymore. They'll be able to see each other just fine soon enough.
Let us hope this is the case.
You're just talking about whether long-distance relationships work. I don't care. Oh, here, there are big spiders here. Alright, so I hope you don't like color. Because it's time for color to die.
We have been waiting for you, sirs. Please, right this way.
I know that dude, he's been in a lot of anime. Dog mode. So, you know what time it is? It is time for Resident Evil 1. Also, this dude looks like a Bloodborne, the default Bloodborne character.
Waiting's a bitch. Just let me know if any shades show up, okay?
Okay, just look at this pose that she takes when she decides to rest. That's how she lays down. Also, you're not allowed to sprint here. Wait here, my ass. I'm not waiting. Maybe not. But she must show off her figure. Do you not see? It's the price of being a woman in a video game, I suppose. You gotta never be allowed to live how you want. Unless what you want happens to align with what the perceived male video game audience wants.
I do not like this one bit.
What's the matter, Vice? Scared?
There's a keyhole marked darkness here. I love Kingdom Hearts. It was too obvious. Look at this Nightman. Look at this sad white man. It's Marie Antoinette.
Perhaps we should head back, yes?
Vice doesn't like horror games. Marked moon. A keyhole marked moon, you say. Okay. This was the kitchen, right? Yeah, okay. Kaine's gone.
Where'd Kaine go?
I knew this was a terrible idea. Haunted manors and the like. Why does no one ever listen to me?
This is since the combat has been changed in this game and you can do air combos, you're forced to walk slowly and you have limited projectile attacks. I'm sorry to tell you that, but not only is this sort of Resident Evil, it's also sort of Devil May Cry 1. Some people don't like Devil May Cry 1. I'll fight those people till the day I die. Put some respect on Devil May Cry 1's name, goddammit. Also, this room looks like the main hall, and this room looks so much like the first, like, 2 rooms in Resident Evil 1. The game I've totally not finished, because, I really didn't know what to do. And I didn't know where to go. Was that Matthew Mercer trapped in this room? Not this room, at least. Okay, so the knight has horns now.
This picture has changed.
I don't know what you're talking about. This man is older. Let's see.
It looks like it's in pain. It's kind of scary.
Yes, come now. Brave faces. Onward and upward, eh? Yes, come now. Brave faces. Onward and upward, eh?
How do you feel you walk into a haunted house and there are people made of stone and there's no color anywhere? It's just gray. You hope that Medusa's at least pretty? I don't know. They are still giving me video game basics like 10 hours in. Moon key. Just in case I didn't pick up that item, I suppose. No inventory management, though. That's something that's missing. If they were like, you are only allowed to carry 8 items for the rest of this stage, that'd be really bold and aggravating. It'd be like, throw out most of your healing items.
What foul hole did they crawl from?
I used the moon key. keyhole marked star here. Spider. Ow. Oh god. It really is Devil May Cry 1. They're phantom babies.
You're a male. Young. Not even 20.
How can you tell I'm a male?
You figured that out from my footsteps?
It's not hard, once you know how.
Then I suppose I should tell you about my friend Vice.
I only heard one set of footsteps.
Grimoire Weiss does not strut about like a common land mammal. But enough of this introductory chatter. Let us hear your tale.
My name is Emil. I'm the master of this manor.
It's a meal!
So you're the one who sent the letters?
Letters? What are you talking about?
Of course you don't know. Such a thing would be far too simple.
It's Emil, who appeared in the sequel to this game, NieR Automata. But he was a skeleton there. On a train. On a little choo-choo train. Why is he a small boy?
No! Stay back!
Huh?
I'm sorry. It's my eyes. Anything I look at gets turned to stone. That's why I live with this blindfold.
What a remarkable skill. I've never heard of such a thing.
Anyway, I suppose my butler might know more about the letters you received. This key here can unlock any door in the manor. So if you'd like my assistance...
No, please. Don't trouble yourself. We can get around on our own.
Oh, right. Sure. Well, here's the key then. The butler's quarters are at the far end of the manor. Let me at least give you a map. It's a big place, and I don't want you to get lost.
Vice, what should we do about Kaine?
Leave her. That woman is capable enough on her own.
Jeez, remind me to never get on your bad side.
I do like that Vice is like, trust in her. She'll handle it. Even if it might be because he doesn't like her.
What's that?
A butler. Or at least a remarkable likeness of one. I knew this was a trap. Curse my brilliant intuition.
So yeah, there's just a doll of the butler here. Yeah.
Shades!
These guys are way too big for this room. And now I'm covered in blood. I found the light key. Alright, here's the sink. Blood is coming out of it. That's normal. Blood is coming out of the faucet. You know how it happens. I used the light key. Here's another potential butler. Possibly a doll.
Whoa. Is that another one? It moves.
What's going on here?
Sir?
What is this?
Oh, this is my butler. He helps me out around the manor. He's a good man at heart, but a bit inflexible. Almost like a statue.
Yes, and I do apologize for that, Master Emil.
I doubt he's even human.
We're here because my sister received some letters from this manor.
Yes, I wrote those letters. Please forgive my impertinence. As you may know, Master Emil, deeply pained by his eyes, has shut himself away from the world. He suffers greatly behind that blindfold, and I feel it is my duty to help however I can. I heard tale of the exploits of an emerging hero, and so I sent a letter to you under Master Emil's name. But I received a response from one Miss Yona instead.
Wait, so Yona's pen pal is you?
It is, sir. My letters merely requested that you come to the manor. I meant no ill intent.
I believe Yona saw the exchange somewhat differently.
Yeah, sounds like she misunderstood the situation.
Regardless, I am quite pleased to see you here. Long have I dreamed of the day we might be able to do something about Master Emil's eyes.
I see.
Yes, well, I am afraid we, or at least this lad beside me, is neither hero nor physician, so if you'll excuse us...
Please, we're so close. The cure for Master Emil's condition is located in this very manor.
Then why don't you just go get it?
Alas, the location of the cure has become a den for those abominable shades, and I lack the skill to combat them. I beg of you, defeat the shades and restore Master Emil's sight.
You know this is an impossible task. Why would you ask it of our guests?
Well, no more time to waste, so...
It's okay. We'll do it.
See here, lad. This is no time to play the hero.
People need to look out for each other, Vice. Plus, we have to find Kaine anyway.
1,000 thank yous. I owe you a debt that can never be repaid.
I'm really sorry for all the trouble. My butler cares so much for me, but for him to make such outlandish requests...
1,000.
So why do you move around and creak like a doll? Like a... Okay, Emil is with us now. How do you feel about, like, the pants that stop at the
But
knees?
hey, at least I can petrify your enemies. That's gotta be some help, right? I can't let you do this on your own, so I'll be right here if you need me. Maybe my eyes can be useful for once.
So there's the purple. Yeah, pantaloons. So we have a warrior. We have a heroic sort of knight character. We have a berserker of a kind, and we've got a type of sorcerer, spellcaster. And we've got a magic book. Okay, so this guy is aging really badly now. The horns have gotten quite long and he's getting wings and he seems to be dying. I meant to let him kill one. I failed. I used the key, the door to darkness. Okay, I do not get experience when he kills them like that. Okay, this sword is worse, but this sword also looks like a sword from the Super Nintendo days. Thank you for the blessing. Bro, let me kill them.
This is hardly the time to be writing letters.
Oh yeah, your allies will teleport to you if they get stuck or go too far. They're magic, so they can do that. Okay, so this room. Oh, okay. That one gets me most of the time. Please be good, please be a good item. Thick dictionary.
This is it. We should find the cure somewhere nearby.
Bah, I do not like anything about this place.
Wonder what this red book could be.
This book's kind of like you, Vice.
Oh, aren't we clever? As if any mere tome could compare to the wonderment that is Grimoire Vice. Petrification is a fearsome power indeed. Pages of this infernal book are sharp as knives.
Guess you never learned that trick, huh? There's no end to this.
It is. It's also a fun ally concept, I'd say. Oh. Please turn the barrier to stone or something.
Oh no! I can't petrify it!
Oh, there's Kaine. Yeah!
Kaine!
And where have you been?
Lost. Where have you been? Getting stomped by this thing. Help!
This foe's strength is beyond measure.
What do we do?
I am an arcane text, not some manual of combat. You are supposed to deal with such matters.
You guys run! I'll hold it off while you escape!
Who's this kid?
That's Emil. He's the one who runs this.
Fuck, this book is a real asshole!
She's not even listening.
She's too busy vomiting filth disguised as language.
You guys go! This is my fight! I can't ask you to die for me!
Aye, aren't we the bold one? And yet I fear that would be a foolish course of action at this juncture.
And besides, we'd never let you do that.
Would you all please just shut the hell up?
What?
I'm just saying, if you bastards want to have a goddamn civilized discussion on the merits of bravery and sacrifice, we can do it later!
Is this your way of encouraging us?
Have we truly sunk to motivational speeches from a woman in her undergarments?
I guess so.
Now!
There we go. I just imagine him pulling down the page and it just says, "You are gay."
Oh no!
Just like the letters U, then R, and just gay. Well, Ace, if you do want someone in this game to be gay, then there might be a character in this room that is gay.
We went through all this trouble to find it, and now...
Oh look, Jeeves is back.
Please allow me to handle this, Master Emil.
I hate this dude.
I shall put all of my efforts into deconstructing this cipher. No matter how long it takes, I will not fail.
Sebastian...
So the servant has a name after all.
I hate looking at him. There's something about him that's just upsetting.
Emil, listen to me.
What is it, Kaine?
Your eyes are not a sin. Don't ever be ashamed of them. They're a vital part of you. Do you understand?
What's this? A shade? How did you...
This arm is an accursed weapon. I thought I would only need it until I had earned my revenge. Once that happened, I figured it was all over. But there's a reason I'm alive, that my arm is alive. And there's a reason for your eyes, too. But listen, if this shade should ever...
No!
Man, I wonder what she asked the boy who can turn things into stone to do.
I promise I'll never give up, Kaine. But you can't give up either.
Well, we're off.
All right.
Hey, so Yona's sick, and she doesn't get out much. Do you think you might be able to send her more letters when you have the time?
I would be delighted, sir.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for everything.
You don't think it's weird that this... He's like 10 or 11. This dude is like 50.
Take care, Emil. I hope your eyes get better soon.
I saw you exchange some words with that Emil lad earlier. Hopefully it was nothing inappropriate for a young man of his age. Speak the truth, hussy.
Book? Shut up.
Yeah, calm down, Vice. We've got our hands on all the sealed verses now.
All that remains is to find this grimoire noir.
Then we can finally save Yona.
Alright. So, Ace, here's the thing. We are nearing the end of part 1. And I would like to finish it tonight. However, I'm hungry. So what would you say to a brief break and then I go eat food? And then we can resume and see what happens in this story that is most definitely going to be happy, that definitely doesn't have an extremely grim tone and underlying feeling to it. I'm certain this story about a child who has a fatal disease, that nothing bad will happen whatsoever in this big climactic point. I'm not spoiling anything at all when I refer to that. Anyway, I'm gonna make like a peanut butter and jam sandwich or something. Come on, let me save.
You need to lie down.
I know.
It won't be much longer, I promise. I finally collected all of the sealed verses. Now, I just need to find Grimoire Noir.
It sounds dangerous. Will you be okay?
Of course I will.
Is this gonna make me better? Is my cough going to go away?
Definitely.
hate me because of this, are you?
What are you talking about?
It's just... I don't want you to hate me because of this terrible disease.
Yona, I could never hate you. I'm gonna go see if Popola has more medicine. Yona's looking weaker and weaker every day.
Yes, but do not lose heart. You are the girl's last remaining hope.
I'm so tempted to just throw out a whole bunch of potential things that could go wrong in this situation, just to leave you stewing in a bit of anxiety. But that would be fucked up to do. What I will tell you is, what to tell you? We'll get more weapons in the future, like better, cooler weapons. Because I think that, like, Faith is the first one that's, like, actually super cool weapon. Yeah. We'll get a weapon I like much more fairly soon. But I will end the stream and then I'll be back in, like, it shouldn't take long for peanut butter and jam. It should be, like, I'm holding myself until, like, I'll give myself at 3. If I'm not back at 3, you can yell at me, and then I'll owe you something. I don't know. Sound good? I don't know what I can owe you digitally or across the internet. Alright, see you in a minute. It's not going to be a minute. It's going to be closer to 20 minutes. Anyway.